We are talking about today, expecting to hear closing arguments in the federal trial for 3 former Minneapolis police officers charged with violating George Floyd's civil rights. Thomas Lane, the last officer to testify in his defense, says that he asked twice if Floyd should be rolled over, but was turned down. Defense attorneys argued that the Minneapolis Police Department's training is inadequate. We're also learning more about the indictment of 19 Austin police officers related to use of force during the 2020 protest over the killing of George Floyd. 18 officers turned themselves in and have since bonded out. Jail records indicate they're charged with aggravated assault by a public servant. In a recent press conference, attorneys representing 8 of those officers say the case stems from their clients being ordered to remove protesters from the highway. District Attorney Jose Garza says some of the people hurt were innocent bystanders. Well, tensions overseas could have an impact on Texans as the intensifying Russia-Ukraine conflict raises risks for cyber attacks. Earlier this month, the FBI warned of potential cyber attacks on U.S. infrastructure as tensions with Russia continue to soar. That includes the Texas energy sector. Last year, Houston-based Colonial Pipeline suffered a ransomware attack from Russian hackers that shut down production for days, leading to fuel shortages along the East Coast. Beyond supply, Texas faces another risk, our power grid. ERCOT runs separately from the other 2 national grids.
We're smaller than the other grids, and so if you wanted to take down a big part of the U.S., like maybe we're not, on the top of that list. If we are the one that's attacked, we're not, again, connected to those other grids, and so we can't get help for getting back on our feet.
The Public Utility Commission, which oversees ERCOT, says it's constantly assessing possible threats and working with the appropriate agencies and authorities to best ensure the integrity of our systems. Fears of war in Eastern Europe grow as Russian President Vladimir Putin ordered forces into separatist regions of Ukraine. This order came after he recognized the independence of these separatist regions. Basil John reports on how the White House and the United Nations are responding to the latest decision by Putin.
There was a quick response from the U.S. after Vladimir Putin made his declaration, and he received no support from the United Nations.
The United Nations Security Council called for an emergency meeting after Russian President Vladimir Putin ordered troops into 2 breakaway regions of eastern Ukraine.
We very much regret this decision, which risks having regional and global repercussions.
UN Undersecretary General Rosemary DiCarlo feared for what could happen next.
The risk of major conflict is real and needs to be prevented at all costs.
And U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Linda Thomas-Greenfield, referred to the Russian president's recognition of the separatist areas as nonsense.
President Putin gave a speech that clearly sets up a pretext for invasion.
A White House senior administration official says President Joe Biden issued an executive order prohibiting new investments, trades, and financing by U.S. persons to and from the separatist regions, and further measures will be taken to hold Russia accountable.
The United States will impose sanctions on Russia for this clear violation of international law and Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity.
Other nations have condemned this move by Putin and are still hopeful a path to diplomacy is not lost.
And in a statement, Secretary of State Antony Blinken announced that State Department personnel will continue diplomatic work in Ukraine and advise U.S. citizens to leave Ukraine now. Reporting in Washington, I'm Basil John.